Welcome to It's Not Just Menopause, the podcast that empowers you to navigate midlife with confidence through real talk, root cause insights, and no BS strategies that actually work. If you're dealing with fatigue, stubborn weight, brain fog, or just feeling off and overlooked, this show is for you. Discover what's really going on with your hormones and why it's not just about estrogen. Each episode breaks down what your doctor didn't explain, the internet got wrong, and what your body's been trying to tell you all along. From stress and metabolism to nervous system support and functional nutrition, we'll cover the tools that help you feel more like yourself, again, without restrictive diets, overwhelming plans, or hormone hype. I'm your host, Cindi, functional nutrition practitioner and certified menopause specialist. I'm here to guide you through the midlife noise so you can stop guessing, get the clarity you deserve, and finally take back control of your health. If you've ever felt dismissed, overwhelmed, or like your body just isn't responding the way it used to, you're in the right place. Let's rewrite the menopause story without the fluff. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of It's Not Just Menopause, the podcast where we cut through the noise, ditch the gimmicks, and finally talk about what's really going on in your body during menopause. I'm your host, Cindi, functional nutrition coach, certified menopause specialist, and a woman who's been on the receiving end of a Dr. Shrug one too many times. If you've ever been told that's just aging, or your labs are fine, or let's try an antidepressant, and you left feeling more confused than before, you're not alone. This episode is for every woman who's ever walked out of a medical office and thought, did they even hear me? Today's episode is called Shrugged Off or Shut Down, Why You're Still Struggling. And we're going to unpack why so many women are still being dismissed, and why even maybe hormone replacement therapy isn't always the magic fix it's made out to be. Not that it's bad, it's just that I'll get into that in a little bit. And then what to do instead. So let's get into it. So let's start with something that's become so common we almost think it's normal. Women in midlife being dismissed, shrugged off, ignored, talked over, told it's just part of aging, and sent on their way. It happens in subtle ways and sometimes not so subtle. You're finally feeling ready to talk about your symptoms, the exhaustion that won't go away, hot flashes that feel like fire alarms, mood swings and brain fog, digestive issues, unexplained weight gain. And what do you get? A quick glance at your labs, a generic comment like, well, everything looks normal, and maybe a prescription for sleep meds or anxiety. No real conversation, no root cause exploration. Then again, they're Western medicine doctors. They don't go for root cause. They go for pushing you pharmaceuticals. And they just give you a polite shrug and out the door you go. And the worst part, you start to doubt yourself. You start wondering if maybe it is in your head. If maybe that this is just how it is now. But I'm here to tell you, you're not crazy, you're not dramatic, and this isn't just aging. This is a broken system that hasn't caught up with women's real needs in midlife. Before we get back to today's episode, I've got a quick question for you. Feel like your body's in chaos, but your labs are normal? You're not crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. If you've been told it's just menopause or to wait it out, it's time for real answers. Take my free quiz, What's Really Driving Your Menopause Symptoms. In under 2 minutes, you'll uncover your top hidden stressor and get my free guide, The Menopause Stress Fix, sent straight to your inbox. Head to cindistickle.com/quiz or click the link in the show notes. If you're doing everything right, but still feel like a mess, this quiz is your next step. All right, let's get back to today's episode. So I want to pause and share some real stories from real women I've worked with because I know someone listening needs to hear this today. I told my doctor I hadn't slept the night in 6 months, and she just said, "Welcome to menopause," and handed me a sleeping pill. I asked if my crushing fatigue could be hormonal, and they told me to try cutting carbs and getting more steps in. Or I brought up the word perimenopause, and my doctor looked at me like I was speaking a foreign language. I'm 46. I was told my hot flashes were too early to be menopause related and that maybe I should see a therapist. Okay, those are all unbelievable. These women weren't weak. They're not overreacting. They're trying to advocate for themselves and getting shut down in the process. And this kind of medical gaslighting is why so many women are struggling silently. Because if the people we turn to for help don't believe us, where are we supposed to go? So let's shift gears and talk about the thing that's getting, a lot of headlines lately, like HRT, hormone replacement therapy. So here's the deal. I'm not anti-HRT. I am on some. I'm not here to scare you away from it. And I'm definitely not saying it can't help. In fact, when it's used intentionally, safe, and in the right context, HRT, and especially bioidentical HRT, which I'm on, can be a game changer for many women. BHRT uses hormones that are chemically identical to the ones your body naturally makes, and it can dramatically reduce hot flashes, improve sleep, lift mood, support bone density, enhance libido, and even help with cognitive clarity. And for some women, it feels like flipping a switch where suddenly that light just comes back on. But here's where I get fired up. HRT is being handed out like a magic wand. Okay, you're exhausted, hot flashing, can't sleep, can't think, crying all the time. Here, slap on this patch, take this pill, try this cream, and good luck. No one's asking about your stress load. No one's looking at your gut or liver. No one's helping you understand how your body processes those hormones. And almost no one is teaching you that your nervous system might be blocking your progress before it even starts. So here's what happens. You try the patch or the gel. Maybe some things improve, but others don't. Or your symptoms come back, or you feel off in a new way. And now you're confused, frustrated, and wondering if this is just how it's going to be. This is where women start to think, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm broken. But it's not you. It's that no one told you that HRT is only part of the picture. If your blood sugar is swinging, your liver is congested, your adrenals are tanked, and your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, even the most well-formulated BHRT isn't going to fix everything. It's like putting premium gas in a car with 4 flat tires. You're still not going anywhere. And that's why I focus on root cause support, so your body can actually respond to hormone therapy if you choose it, instead of fighting against it. And that's what we're talking about inside my summit, Menopause Reimagined. Not just HRT, but how to support your entire system so you don't have to rely on a single tool to carry the weight of your entire midlife experience. Because guess what? One single tool is not going to help you. It is much more broader than that, and you need to be aware. So, I am officially inviting you to something I'm incredibly proud of. Menopause Reimagined. Finally get root cause relief for the symptoms no one warned you about and step into menopause with power and peace. This is a free summit with some of the most thoughtful, experienced, and refreshingly honest women experts I know. Together, we're diving into the real reasons you feel like a stranger in your own body and what to do about it. So here's a taste of what's inside. I have Lauren Parker. She's a licensed physical therapist, and she explains how hormone changes affect your core strengths, joints, pelvic floor, posture, and how to restore your body's structural integrity from the inside out. I've got Kim Trimmer. She is a yoga therapist, and she breaks down how gentle, intuitive movement rewires your stress response, calms your nervous system, and supports your hormones without burnout workouts. And I have Erin Todd. She's a clinical psychologist and certified brain spotting practitioner, and talks about the trauma hormone connection, and how emotional stress and unprocessed experiences could be keeping your symptoms stuck. And of course, I will be sharing my strategies from my No BS Menopause method, other client stories, and the exact steps I teach women to calm their nervous system, nourish their bodies, and finally get the results that last. I'm going to have 10 women on there. So those are just a snapshot of who's coming. There's way more on coming. So, and the summit isn't about slapping on a patch and hoping for the best, right? It's about getting answers and not just advice. It's about you, your symptoms, your story, and your healing. So it's free, and it's the week of October 6th. I'll be releasing 2 interviews per day, and I will have a link in the show notes, but the sign up is at menopausereimagined.co, not com.co. So menopausereimagined.co. But I will have a link in the show notes. But this is for the woman who knows in her gut that there has to be more. Okay? So before we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this. Again, you are not broken, no matter what your doctor makes you feel like. You're not being too sensitive. You're not overreacting. What you're feeling is real, and it deserves more than a dismissive shrug. And so if you've ever been told to wait it out, if you've been given half answers or passed around the system like your symptoms are a mystery, right, from one doctor to another doctor, my summit and this podcast, this whole movement is for you. We're rewriting the menopause story together. And next week, we're digging into the nervous system chaos. But I might also have a surprise for next week, because this episode you're listening to is number 99. And I am going to have a guest speaker for my 100th episode. So just wait. All right? So until then, don't forget to follow, share this with other women. Also, leaving a comment or a review helps this podcast get shown to other people in their podcast apps, like Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So please leave a review, because that's helpful for other women, okay? Not just for me. And just remember, it's not just menopause, and it's definitely not just you. So, thank you for listening, and I will be in your headphones next week for my 100th episode. Woohoo! Thank you for tuning in to It's Not Just Menopause. I hope today's episode gave you real clarity about what's actually going on in your body and reminded you that it's not just your hormones, and it's definitely not your fault. If you found value in this conversation, make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Cindi Stickle Nutrition, or head to cindystickle.com for more resources and personalized support on your menopause and midlife health journey. Until next time, keep questioning what you've been told and trust that your body is not broken. You just need the truth and the tools that actually work.